Greetings. It struck me almost immediately after making the last video, number 11, about the snake oil immunisation experimental program. And it's often talked about that we live in a cube. Well, it's actually a quad. There's such a thing as being good for all the wrong reasons. And I'll get my thoughts right in a minute. I apologise. I've lost my train of thought. I'll get to the point what I really want to talk about. It struck me, and when I say it struck me, it does feel like a thunderbolt has been cast down and split me in half. This sudden realisation. See, you can be good at something. Here we go, the quad. Yeah, I'm good at something. Being incredibly fucking stupid. You know, it's taken me just over 12 years to realise this. I'll take you back to 2008. This is a personal testimony. I'll get there in a minute. Whoa, that was a rush of emotion. Yeah, so 2008, September, I got that dreaded phone call. My grandmother had died. I'll pause this a minute. Hopefully it's picked up. I'll check it before I upload it. Yeah, so September 2008, I get this dreaded phone call at 8 o'clock in the morning. My grandmother had died. The matriarch in my mind was gone. It's quite devastating. And I hit the drink. I was almost an alcoholic. I mean, when it gets to the stage where you're waking up in the morning, you've got in a position where you're boxed into this mindset of only working in one industry and you can't even think about doing anything else. And I've tried to change career, try and make a break. So my day consisted of a huge great joint, double Jack Daniels and Coke, or a pint of beer, then onto the Jack Daniels. And then I was a bit of a twat, really, and I was living in a very small town with a very small-minded mentality. You coughed and the whole, basically, village knew about it, and if you didn't fit in, you were ostracised. It wasn't particularly good. So my life just sort of crashed there and then, and I stopped drinking for 6 months. And the realisation set in today that, look what that showed me. I'd looked to the external and found comfort in alcohol, which is a spirit stripper. I understand it means all gall in Arabic. I don't know if that's true or not, but just look at the way people behave with alcohol in their system and look how it takes a hold. You get a hangover the next day. What you're hanging over? Alcohol. It's a horrible deep hole to go into. I'm glad I managed to pull myself back out, because I did it myself. I had no counselling, I had no help. Just when you're in a job where you're driving for a living and then you try and come out of that and now you're almost an alcoholic, that's not very conducive to going back into the job you had before, which is all I knew. So I did. So I ran back into what I knew, because I didn't know myself. I didn't know what I was capable of. I still don't really. I don't know what my limitations are. what I'm capable of, the potential, the infinite potential. So, yeah, that was a hell of a lesson. Look how long it's taken me to find that, almost 13 years. I mean, make of that what you want with the numbers. But that's my testimony of it. Let me just show you something here. This is amazing. It's also a bit of a pun. But Rosie, I know you'll see this. But for the rest of you, say hello, Vera. She's doing all right. Came all the way down from Scotland in the car and been looked after. And yeah, be nice when we have a bit more sun. So yeah, so that was a hell of a lesson. So yeah, trying to do good for all the wrong reasons. You can have a negative good and a positive good. Likewise, you can have a positive, negative. You know what I mean? It's four. There's positive good, there's negative good, there's positive not good, and there's negative not good. It's being that centre point, the sepulchre, the dot in the middle of the circle. Everything outside of you is external to you, but it's what's going on in here. That's the bit that matters really, and then getting it all in alignment. Wow, I didn't expect the emotions to come up like a flood like that. But hey, it's genuine video from the heart. But yeah, so the moral of the story, in my convoluted way of saying it, is switch off from the outside. Like I turned my back on the alcohol. Because where was that going to lead, really? What would the future have been if I'd have carried on that path? So I pulled out of that. And that thing about the answers, we already know them, but how blind I was, and I didn't even see it, and it's taken almost 13 years. So trying to do the right thing, and sometimes it's right in our faces and we just don't see it. That's my testimony on it. So I know we can change everything just by turning our back on all that exterior shit that's going on out there. Where the attention goes, the energy flows. And it has to start from within. Only you can decide when you say enough's enough of this reality, because we've got the power to change it. That's my testimony of it, and I stand by that. There's so many aspects to this. I mean, I could say, well, my grandmother still lives on in my mind anyway. And just because I'm in this limited reality, well, with only 5 senses, well, of course I can't verify, but I know there are other realms. This is just one of many infinite possibilities, infinite potentials. It's all about bringing heaven on earth. What about bringing those infinite potentials into this reality? We've got the power to do this. I don't know. I need to... Is this still recording? Yeah. Sorry, it's... I thought, am I just talking to a nothing? Well, I am, because everything is an external projection. So yes, I am as well. Yeah, I want to put something out here. Christ says when 2 or more gather. So okay, I can send this message in a video to Brian Scott or to Adrian Elise. They're two that readily come to mind. There's, you know, if you follow anybody that does meditations. So what if I say, look, let's, in our daily meditation, imagine the world we want, a world of abundance, a world that is basically a garden, or whatever you want it to be, but a world that is with love, and make that part of a daily manifestation. So I'm asking any of you out there to pass this video on to any channel where they are conducting and holding meditations, and then just put this message out. Not all gather together at a specific time, because the external does affect and we have to walk both worlds. But if we all individually make, as part of our daily meditation, this visualization and creation of the world we want, we will change it. It's been done before. It's been done in New York with 1,000 people all meditated and brought the crime rate down by 25% in one area of New York. That shows the potential. There's enough of us. We have an abundance of awoke, of an awakened, of aware, to be able to pull this off. And we can change this. We can get rid of all the illusions. It's the world we want, isn't it not? That's what we want to create. So I say ta-ta for now.